Hello everyone, as promised, we are here at the Loves, the brand new Loves in Calhoun, which they just put up the sign yesterday, and today and tomorrow they're putting in the parking lot. Next week they are opening, actually in a couple of weeks, so make sure you come by here in Calhoun. Is getting a brand new Loves, definitely needed. And today we're talking about random drug tests. I don't think we've ever talked about that here on Life After Trucking or Adventures in Trucking. But yes, you're going to see how random drug screenings for drivers are done behind the scenes. And we're going to find out everything about random drug tests. Okay, logs are done. Morning stuff's done. Let's get our day started. And yes, I'm kind of about routine. I like to do things at a certain time every day, just because that's how you're successful, by doing something in progression every day, and then people know that they can count on you. So, we begin another day. Just finished up a driver here. He's on his way for his maiden voyage, and we broke a bottle of champagne on the front of his truck like they do with ships. Just kidding, we don't keep alcohol here. But on to the next project. Yes, we have more drivers starting over here. Business is pretty good for us. Bring your rig over here. Hello everyone, we are looking at my favorite software, a software called Trucker's Edge by DAT Solutions. We've all heard of it. If you're a dispatcher, you have, or if you're an owner-operator, you have. It's my favorite load board software. Look at all these loads I just put in Ontario, California this morning, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of loads going out of LA, going to all over the country. You can see here so many places. You can see how who the broker is in that column where it says company. That's the broker, of course. You can see here where what the broker is offering. In most cases you can, or in many cases anyway. It's America's #1 software for where truckers get their loads. And as always, if you get it right here on this channel, you'll get the first month free. And I think it's a great software. I love it. I told you about it for many years when I was driving, and I'm still talking to you about it. Right here at Life After Trucking. Click on the link below. Your first month free. I'm Indiana Jack. While I'm waiting here, we have another guy starting today. We've been really busy this week, or today actually, and I'm waiting for him to bring his tractor up. He's buying one of our older Pete's, so he's going to connect to this older trailer also. So when he gets here, I'm going to finish up his orientation, and then I promised you I'd show you how we do the random drug tests also. It's something that when I was a driver I never thought about how hard it would be to track down a driver and have him do a random drug test, but now I'm learning how that is, and I'm sharing it with you. So let's get this guy processed, and we'll move on to that. All right, we just got him all ready to go. He's excited. So I'm excited too. I always want people to be successful. So he's going to be successful at this. So you got to have that mindset that you're going to be successful at your trucking business. So we're going to go send him off with a full tank so that that'll even help him be successful even more. So let's go get him some fuel so he can get on down the road. Let's see. All right, we are fueling. And this air conditioning feels good because it's 98 degrees today. So he's almost done. I'm taking a drug and alcohol test for supervisors. Here it's required by the DOT in order for me to administer drug tests to our drivers. So I'm getting this done today, and I will be certified to do this. So I got to finish this class.
Signs of alcohol intoxication include odor of alcohol, poor judgment, risk-taking behavior, decreased reasoning ability, slower reflex reaction, and lowered cognitive mental functions, which may display as forgetfulness. 9 times out of 10, the most significant thing you will notice when a person's alcohol concentration is less than 0.08 is the odor of alcohol on their breath.
It's a miracle I passed. I usually don't take tests good, but I passed this one. I must have done something right. Hey. So, I am now certified, and I have the certification to give these tests and give random tests. That's what I'm doing right now, and I'll explain to you what random drug testing is and how hard it is to do that and what the procedure is, because a lot of you as truck drivers, you don't know what happens when you take a random drug test. All right, so the way randoms are done is we use a service that picks names like out of a lottery. We don't have any choice of who we're going to pick for a random drug screening. That's the tricky part, is deciding when and where they're going to do it. We try to be lenient on them because they're in a truck. Or we try to do it when they're at home. I mean, it's really hard to decide, but they have to do it. It's a law. So let's say we have a trucker that's up there in Detroit, and he's coming down to somewhere in the south. In this case, that's like Chattanooga. We have to get him in for a drug screening. Now, in Detroit and where he's at, I need to find a place somewhere along his route, but I'm going to start where he is right now, and that's up there in Detroit. So let's look at a couple. We got one here, I just do a Google search for Quest Diagnostics. That's who we use. They're the biggest laboratory. And I check them out, and this one is It's in the bushes. It looks like impossible for a truck to get to. So that one I'm ruling out. Now, this next one, which is actually even a little closer to him, we could maybe have him go there. There is some parking. So perhaps he could get his truck in one of these vacant lots or one of these restaurants. But even across the street, there's a Home Depot. Sometimes I'll look for a Walmart or a big place where a truck can go, park, the guy can run across the street, get his drug test, and then come back, because it usually doesn't take very long at all. So that's how we get it done. And the other option, which is what I would prefer when I was driving, is to do it on my home time. Yes, that interrupts your break. It interrupts if you're trying to get a 34-hour reset in. It interrupts that because you have to show yourself on duty when you're doing that. And so those are the two choices that you got. Either do it where it's not convenient at all in a truck, or you have them do it at home when they're on their break. I'd like to hear your comments about it because I'm sure you guys have all done it at one place or another.
Illicit drug in the United States. Cocaine is a central nervous system stimulant. The amphetamines class includes amphetamines, methamphetamines, or crystal meth, as well as designer amphetamine drugs like ecstasy. The opiate category includes heroin, morphine, codeine, as well as oxycodone.
The New Loves here in Calhoun is going to feature, yes, a Speedco, which they own, a Burger King, and a Subway. It's going to be a pretty big Loves, so make sure you bring your rig over here. That's everything you always wanted to know about drug screening. Let me know if you have comments. Would you rather do a drug screening at home when you're off and then have to go on duty? And then go down to the drug place and then go off duty and then finish being at home? Or would you would you rather try to get your rig taken to a little drug screening place that's the size of a Taco Bell and try to get your truck in there and go in there for a few minutes and then come back out? I don't know. What would you rather do as a truck driver? I'm Indiana Jack, and thanks for riding along with us today. We'll see you next time.